Hey guys, Happy New Year. Hope you had a great Christmas. We enjoyed seeing the ones that came to the Christmas party. For those of you that missed, we missed you, but we understand some of you couldn't make it because of COVID and some of you were out of town. We completely understand that. If you have an award coming, some of you have a medal, a piece of glass, something like that coming, we want to make sure that you get it. So we've got them here at the office. We'll begin next week. If you're not going to pick them up, we'll begin to ship them out. If you're in Longview, I'm going to deliver them. I'm going to come over and make a big stink and get it all delivered for you. Just want you guys to know, as you can see, we changed the microphone around a little bit in here. We got tired of the other one. We're going to be putting some more stuff in here, getting ready for MHG Life. We want you guys to pay attention to what's going on in 2021. You're going to see a series of emails come out from Brittany, and they're going to explain to you some of the changes we're making in 2021 to better serve you and to run more efficiently around here. There's a couple of things that I got pretty tired of last year, and I finally today I went, okay guys, we're starting a new year. We got to do this to be more efficient so we can grow. Guys, I got to tell you, it looks like we're going to add, I don't know, 7 to 10 new agents in January. The invitations have been sent out. We do have agents that are looking for some really good places to land. We've got some agents that during COVID that really exposed what their company was all about, and they're not happy. They're got some people coming in from franchises, can't get a hold of their broker, being forced to have lenders look at files that they don't approve of because the company owns part of them. Just money changing hands here and there, and it's just not good. And at Miller Homes Group, we choose not to take money. We just had a great Christmas party, and if you've been on the site, you've seen all the pictures of the awards, and we paid for all of that. We didn't ask for anybody to sponsor any of it. We didn't ask for anybody to participate in it. As a matter of fact, we invited some of our best affiliates that have given the customers the service they need all year. We invited them to come, and we gave them awards, and we gave them prizes for making our life easier. A couple of updates. I talked a couple of weeks ago about a deal that Brittany had that was tied 5 ways. And you had this idiot in Dallas, Gerard Mortgage LLC, Eric Ignay or whatever, out of Dallas. This guy, our lender, looked at it and within 24 hours knew it wasn't going to work. This guy had this file for over 40 days, didn't open it, opened it up, started asking all kinds of questions. 2 days before Christmas, he canceled it. 2 days before Christmas, he canceled it. Our lender looked at this. This is a situation. We did not have this guy. This was in a 5-way deal, and the other agent said, can you help? Our lender that we like to refer looked at it, and I got to tell you, she looked at it and said, this won't work, okay? Guy had an interruption in employment due to COVID. He has really good scores. He's going to have to go 3 or 4 more months before he can do something. Because of the type of loan he needs, it wasn't going to work. Brittany, Amber is our lender on that one. Brittany's folks are also going through Amber. Amazingly are going to be able to salvage this deal. Brittany and Amber are doing some things to get these folks into a house. And fortunately, in White House, they have a house that we'll have an offer on real quick. It's in the under 150, I think, in the mid 100s right in there, and it's in White House, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, new roof, new air. This thing's going to sell like in an hour and a half, so we're not going to worry too much about that. The problem is you have a young couple that was misled by a lender, that our referred lender, who we had no part, this wasn't our customer, and it wasn't our, it was our seller, but it wasn't our buyer. Our lender took one look at it and said, this is going to be a problem. This will not work at this time. So these people are now going to be out $1,000 in earnest money because a lender didn't do their job right up front. We spotted it within 24 hours, 48 hours. And this Eric Igngay or whatever his name is at Gerard Mortgage LLC in Dallas, we're going to be filing a complaint against him, and I'm sure that the buyers are as well. It's pretty bad. This guy led this guy along. We've got emails and text messages saying, oh yeah, it's been approved. It's popping out next week. It's going to do this. It's going to do that, when it was unapprovable all along. So didn't know what he was doing. He's a loan broker. We got to talking to people that actually loan the money, and they're like, it can't. I mean, the guy's got great credit and all that. He's just going to have to wait a little while. Perfect house for this young couple. But because of us an unscrupulous person who thinks he's a jack of all trades. They sell insurance and they do this and they do that, and it just turns into a mess. And so, you've got a total train wreck on your hands because of this Eric Inge or whatever his name is, Inge or whatever, at Gerard Mortgage in Dallas. He didn't do a very good job. On the other one, this is the one that Steph had a problem with. The mortgage house here in Tyler had dropped the ball, and 4 and 5 days after closing, after the thing is completely done, you're out of contract. We finally hear from Terry, I guess, at the mortgage house, who's saying she's going to get this deal closed. Well, there's no deal to get closed. The seller said they would not proceed with them as the lender. 5 days out of contract, and we finally hear from somebody saying they can do something when we went 2 or 3 days and didn't hear from anybody. So the new lender looked at it and said, not going to be a problem. We'll get this thing closed. It's due to close this week, if not next week. And everybody's on board because we chose somebody that communicates, and we're getting daily communication on this file. They furnished everything they needed. Everything's fine. I just got to say, it is horrible. Okay. We've got lenders pushing closings. I just heard from Tammy. Tammy, if you're in the room next door, would you walk over here? Come over here and sit down and talk, girl. Tammy's I'm in here recording. She's in the room next door. We got lenders that are at the holiday are not getting it done. Cynthia's got some guys. We need to have people working with lenders that get the job done. We don't get paid from these lenders. We don't get paid anything from them. What's wonderful about this whole deal. Hi, Tammy.
Hey.
Come on in, girl. Bring a chair around. See? You never know what you're going to see here. I'm going to slide over. I don't think she bites. So.
No, I don't bite.
Okay. Sit down, girl.
No, I don't bite.
Now, I got Tammy from Rose Ranch.
Yes.
First things first. Let me see the hand.
Yeah.
So she's scoring here. Somebody
get a great
good, smart guy. Engagement and Christmas all in one. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I love it. So you got the same thing. You got lenders. What are they doing? Just pushing?
Well, it's part of it is the underwriting. The underwriters are obviously out of state because they're 2 hours behind us.
Oh, nice.
And
not a lender we referred.
No, and every time we turn around, there's something else they need. There's a delay for whatever reason. We can't get a clear to close. They claim that there was a mistake on the appraisal, that it had the wrong city. Then we got that fixed. Then they said they had the wrong zip code. It's crazy. It's awful. My poor buyers.
Well, and that's just, we have so many people involved in the deal. If anybody makes a mistake, of course, you want the underwriters to have the right address and the right city and all that. But that should have been caught the minute it came in.
It should have been. I mean, every time we turn around, it's been a different issue.
Yeah, and it's now to state limit.
And this should have closed on the 11th of December.
Oh, nice. So here we are we're 2 weeks past, going on 3.
My buyers already sold their house and moved out and into temporary. They were wanting to get settled by Christmas. It's terrible.
I was talking about Brittany's deal, this Gerard Mortgage in Dallas, this guy, Amber looked at it, 24, 48 hours, said this won't work.
Wow.
And these people are great people. They have great credit scores. They, well above 700, just rock and roll folks. And said, this won't work. I'd love to have them as a client, but we can't do this for another few months because of this, and this. She knew it right up front. This guy took the loan, ran till 2 or 3 days before Christmas, and they got a Christmas present of congratulations. I just cost you $1,000 in earnest money. All of your surveys, all of this, all of that. I just cost you all this money. Merry Christmas. I'm going to disappear. And we tried to hold him accountable. He wouldn't answer the phone. He wouldn't do this. He wouldn't do that. So you know what's going to happen there. And then, we got this, the mortgage house, the one with Steph had here in Tyler, 5 days after it's supposed to close. There's no extension. We're out of contract. If it hadn't been for a really good realtor on the other side, okay, that whole deal would have fallen apart. So, we got, people are just they're not doing their job.
Well, it's taken both this listing agent and myself to hold this deal together because both the sellers and the buyers have threatened to back out several times.
Sure.
Because this lender's just been so terrible.
Sound like you have good talent on the other side, though. Sound like you have an amazing listing agent on the other side.
It's a good listing agent that's done what he can to hold the deal together.
Well, that's all you can do. clients don't understand. And I do this, and you do this too. We believe a contract's a contract. And when you have a listing agent, when you have a lender look at a contract is, yeah, we'll push the date here and we'll push. People look at this like I'm supposed to close on this day.
Yes.
They start planning.
This particular lender has no regard for what a contract says or what the closing date is. They're going to get it closed they're going to get it done when they get it done. And if we
Well,
have to
here's
extend it.
the problem. You can't get your hands around their neck because they're out of state. All underwriting's
Well,
out.
the problem is that you have the broker, you have a
loan
mortgage broker.
Mortgage broker. Here we go
Yes.
again.
So you have a mortgage broker.
Who are they? You can say their name. Who are
Nexa.
they? Okay, where are they at?
Nexa, and it's in. I think their office is going toward Lindale.
Okay, so Nexa Lending has got
Nexa.
out-of-state underwriters.
So
that
it's
lead.
you have the broker, and then you have the lender, and then you have the underwriter. So you have three different departments, and neither of them are accountable to anyone. They're not accountable to each other.
What's what happens when you
So
use
you
a
have
loan
a-
broker? That's what happens when you use a loan broker.
Yes.
When somebody uses a loan broker, when you told me loan broker, congratulations, they're not closing on time.
Well, and as a newer agent, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to expect. So
Yeah.
this is unfortunate for my buyers and everybody all the way around, but it has taught me a valuable lesson. So I have
Sure.
learned something from it.
Sure.
And it's taught me how important it is, how really vitally important a good lender is
Oh my God.
from the
yes.
start.
Well,
So-
I'll tell you that Tammy's part of our Rose Ranch right here. Our Rose Ranch division over here, and they're an independent company that I'm blessed to be the broker of. I don't have any of it, and I got to tell you, Jen does a good job. You guys have bought a new building. Y'all are fixing to move into new offices, so I mean I'm gonna
I
have
just
to.
found out.
I'm gonna have to chase Jen down every day to tease her or whatever. But anyway,
We're excited.
we're hearing the same story over and over again. If it's not a lender that has to see us at the grocery store, if it's not a lender that we do business with every day, if it's not a lender that has the customer's interest at heart, then it's just not getting done. And see, we don't take any money from anybody. There's no cash. Amber, Margie, any of them can't come in here and give us money and get business. The only way they earn more referrals from us is closing.
Closing transactions, absolutely.
You get them to the table and you get to hand those keys to people and they get to be happy. But now we got Nexa is a loan broker someplace up here by Lindale. And so we got another one, and here we go. This didn't get done. Okay, so they supposed to close on the 10th. When did they get the appraisal?
Oh, the appraisal came back before the 11th.
So
that
the
week.
appraisal was in before the 11th. Christmas is on the 25th. So in
But
14 days.
the original appraisal came back, and then underwriting got it and said that the city was wrong.
So they took 14 days to come. Yeah.
It's
Here we
gone back
go.
twice. So
here
I've
we go.
asked the broker that I'm talking to, who is supposed to be my point of contact on behalf of these buyers, is there someone I can call? You know, at this
And the
point.
answer is no.
And the answer is no. And he tells me he doesn't even really have direct contact with the underwriters, because if they were answering their phones, then they wouldn't get anything done. Well, they're not getting anything done anyway, was my response.
Yeah, how's it any different? What the hell's going on now?
It's unfortunate, but it has taught me how important it is to ask these buyers and make sure you know who their lenders are.
Guys, I want to tell you, if you've noticed, we're naming some companies this year. I'm going to name them, okay? And we're just going to lay the facts out there, and I'm going to call it like I see it. And if you see it differently, that's fine. If you want to go ahead and use these folks, it's you. But why would you use a loan broker? And that's another person in the process. When you can use a loan banker, I mean, when we go to Amber or Angie or Margie or anybody like that, we go to Margie or Amber. They're loan bankers. They can pick up the phone and call the underwriter and say, what's going on?
Right.
A loan broker, I mean, this guy just adds a layer of somebody else that you can't talk to.
Well, and this person is telling me that they're a broker, so they have an array of different lenders that they can use depending on the type of buyer that they have.
Let me tell you what that is, okay? They have an array of different lenders that they can figure out what pays them the most. This mortgage house here in Tyler had these folks on a conventional loan, and then all of a sudden, as we're getting closer to closing date, they flipped them over to an FHA. Now I figured out, with no help of anybody, FHA pays the lender more money. Then we get to looking at all the money they're asking them to bring to make the deal work. They're buying the interest rate down. They're doing that. They're going to bankrupt these people getting them into a house. They were going to have no money left. They're going to take all their money. They're saving money. They're going back conventional. They're saving all kinds of things, which was a better product for them. And guess what? The new lender makes less money on it, but they've got a customer that they took care of. So when a mortgage broker tells me, oh, we've got all these products we can put people in, bull. Because a good lender has T-Shack, it has USDA, it has everything we need to get it done. You may have other products, but the reason you have other products is because they pay you more money. You can take advantage of someone.
Well, that's not the way they present it.
Oh, no,
At
it's
least
not the way they
This
present
particular
it.
one told me that this was the mortgage lender that they had to use to get this deal done, that they weren't going to qualify any other way, and that
There's another big gotcha right there. That's
they
a
weren't
lie.
going to qualify unless they used that particular lender, and it just happens to be a lender that they had never this broker had never used before, so he didn't see this coming, or so I'm told.
What the hell? So he's using your customer as an
Not only
experiment?
that, basically, yes.
So the guy has no clue what his product does.
That didn't
using
come
your
out
customer.
until later.
Yeah, naturally.
Until later.
Yeah, naturally. Well, idiots always have confidence, and smart people always have caution. So that's kind of boils down to it, and then you start nailing them and holding them accountable. Guys, I'm hearing stories like this. Cynthia had 3 that have pushed.
Mm-hmm.
They're using the holiday. I'm going to tell you
the holiday, COVID, whatever excuse.
Yeah, I got to tell you something, and I'm going to say this: they can keep their excuses, because I know a lender that the first day she told us she had COVID, she took a file at home, and she's shoving it through for us, and she worked every day, and she pushed it through. And when I talked to her, and I talked to her every day for the first 4 or 5 days, it sounded like I'd called a 900 number. She sounded really rough, bless her heart.
No.
But she was getting it done. I was calling to see how she was feeling. All she wanted to talk was business, and I love her for that. But, so here's the deal. Things tend to get done by people that want to get them done, right?
Right.
That's what it boils down to. Things tend to get done by people that want to get them done. And you got people in this business that, well, so-and-so said this, and this can't get done. Well, I can assure you lending rules are the same for everybody. They're governed by federal law, okay? If they can get done there, they could have got done someplace else. This guy, you can keep all your loan brokers. I don't need them.
It's a very unfortunate situation because they sold their house on the 4th of December and had made plans to stay with someone from their church through the following week when we were to close on the 11th.
And here's the problem now.
They're in a stranger's house for Christmas. And
the loan broker has them in a product that he himself is not familiar with. What happens if it doesn't close? They're homeless.
Exactly. It's been a very interesting deal, to say the least.
Yeah. That's what's happening on this deal that this Gerard Mortgage in Dallas, this guy over there, they got somebody that's probably going to be homeless. 3 days before Christmas, he tells them he can't get it done. Our lady looked at it within 24, 48, 70, immediately knew, well, this can't get done because of this, and she let them know right then. She didn't try to make something work that shouldn't. But here's the problem. This guy that does this Gerard Mortgage, this Eric Inge or whatever, he's also a real estate broker. He's got somebody in his office sells insurance. He claims he's a one-stop shop. Well, here's the deal. If you think you're a one-stop shop, then what are you doing any good? You're not doing. You're a jack of all trades and a master of none. Okay, and so if you're a loan broker, I have multiple products. Really? Find one that gets the job done. We've done with our preferred lenders that we don't receive any money from. We've done bond money. We've done USDA. We've done 3% conventional, 5% conventional, 10% conventional, 20% conventional. We've done it all. And when they say they're going to close it, guess what? We close it. We don't have this crap.
Those are the kinds of lenders that I'm looking for.
We got them. and we'll clue you in on that. But and the thing is when you have a customer that comes to you and says, "I've already got a lender," our job is to say, "Well, that's great."
Right.
You know, if we're familiar with them, here's the truth or whatever. So if somebody comes to you with this guy again, you're going to go, "Had a bad experience with him." But you know, if they insist
How
on being,
badly do you want to close?
well, yeah, I don't get paid till we close. So here's the deal. You know, apparently you don't want me to get paid because this guy ain't gonna get you closed. You know, so. But here's the situation with that. We don't have to work with people that work with substandard lenders. We can just say, if that's who your lender's going to be, I pass.
Absolutely.
Okay, because it's not going to close on time. And so what we want is, by us not taking money or having a financial vested interest in the lender, a title company, a home warranty company, an inspector, they don't give us anything, nothing. We're referring people to them that get them to the closing table and get them into the house of their dreams.
So the quality of the job they do and their integrity is their currency with us.
It's their currency with us.
Yes. That's the way it should be.
Yeah. You don't, yeah.
That's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be. And you know, the hardest ticket in town, and you know this, Brittany will tell you, the hardest ticket in town is getting in to do a meeting with us. Because we're not just going to let you in. You know, there's other places in town. Oh yeah, if you'll sponsor this or you'll give us this, we'll bring you in and you can do a meeting. And they didn't validate their product. They didn't validate what they do. They don't validate anything. Their only validation is how much money they'll give them if they'll let them in the building. We don't do that. Front door's locked for a reason. We keep those carpetbaggers out of here. Okay? Do you want to get in here? I mean, one of our highest awards, you were there, one of our highest awards that our company gives. We have all the officers give an award, then we have a president award, a chairman award, and realtor of the year. One of our chairman's awards this year went to a home inspector. And I'm the one that picks that. I didn't sell anything last year that we used him on. I don't compete with my agents. That's stealing from them. So if you got a broker that competes with you, bless you. But I'm not going to do that. But this guy went out of his way. He did free inspections. He did re-inspections. He went and looked at houses for agents that they were about to buy and wouldn't charge them. He did everything he could to get it done. I've watched him go and fix things for people that couldn't afford to get it done. Has 4 or 5 inspectors under him. We gave him one of the top awards of the company because we view him as a valuable asset to us doing a better job in the marketplace. Our sole mission is to do a better job in the market. Our Rose Ranch's sole mission is to do a better job in the marketplace delivering products to the customer. It's not based on finances. So I'm sorry, but this is another horror story.
It is.
You know, you were tagging in. I'm like, you're next door. Get over here, guys.
It's just so unfortunate. So unfortunate for these buyers.
Mm.
And there's not a lot I can do except wait.
No, there's nothing you can do.
Unfortunately, I can't.
The problem is there's no accountability.
No.
There's no
And
accountability.
there's no one I can call to say.
No, and they know that. They know that. Well, the definition of character, okay, is doing the right thing when nobody's looking.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yes.
And so their definition of bad character is doing the wrong thing when nobody's looking, you know? So here's the situation. It's not that the lenders and the people that we would refer to you don't make mistakes. Good Lord, they do every day. But they will call you and they will say, here's the mistake. Here's what went on. The minute Amber found out that these folks, that this idiot in Dallas at Gerard Mortgage couldn't get closed, she called everybody and said, this is not going to work, and here's why, and here's where they need to be in the future, but this is where we're at. She did not avoid any of it. Did not avoid any of it. Now, while these people may have been upset, they should have got this message 60 days ago instead of 3 days before Christmas.
Right. It's so unfortunate.
Yeah. And, you know, this guy goes home and sleeps at night because that's the way he does business. You know, and so, well, he can go home and sleep at night knowing he's got about 5 or 6 complaints coming at him. I'm just going to load him from one end to the other. This is going to be the year that we demand that people be held accountable in our marketplace for the service that they offer. I'm tired of it. This lender, this loan broker you've got. So it is right here at the end of the year. It is right at Christmas.
Yes.
I'm going to try a new product I've never tried before on your customer.
And my buyers have a 7-year-old in the household that they wanted to be settled before Christmas. She's at the age where Christmas is a big deal.
Let's do an experiment then on your. Yeah, let's do an experiment on your customers.
So
Yeah,
it's
you got
been
a
very
7-year-old that Santa Claus doesn't
situation.
know how to find.
Right.
Yeah, we don't need that.
No.
Guys. Tammy at Rose Ranch, Terry Miller here. Thanks for coming in and sitting down with me.
Sure.
Come
I
in
enjoyed
anytime.
it.
Come in anytime. We're talking about something. Guys, you're going to have some emails coming out from Brittany. He's going to describe to you how we're going to proceed in the new year. We've got a lot of agents looking around. If you see somebody, invite them. I'll be glad to sit down and talk with them if they fit our character. Let us know. We really, okay, want to make 2021 a better year. 400 million last year blew us away. We can get it done this year. We've got a lot going on. We're just gonna keep kicking and keep calling names. Okay, these folks aren't getting it done. We're just calling like see it. Look, I'm gonna put it out there and I'm gonna tell you what I think about it. But if you think that's the way you want to do business, go ahead and do business with them. But we're just gonna tell you, buyer beware, seller beware. If you get contracts with these people as lenders, what do you got? If I'm a seller and somebody brings me these two lenders or your lender, I'm going to say go away. Go get me another
That's
lender.
a red flag right there.
It's a red flag. Okay. Had an example. We talked at lunch. Brittany and Stephen had an example where lady looked at a house 4, 5, 6 times. They finally took a contract. The other agent gets mad because they took a contract. Well, your lady had 3 weeks to buy the house and didn't, and now you're mad because somebody else bought out from underneath her. I mean, that's not the way it works. If I go to buy a loaf of bread and decide I'm going to think about it and go back and it's gone, it's my fault.
Right.
So, I mean,
Yes.
guys, we have people, stupidity abounds. All right. Let's not contribute to it. Let's stay professional. Let's refer good people. Let's keep people on the straight and narrow. And remember, at Miller Homes Group, we're family and we're here to do one thing, and that is get you to the finish line. Have a happy new year. Hope your Christmas was as great as mine, and we're going to move on. Have a good one.